Okay, so for our last example, we're going to download a new data file, which contains some data from that class survey of Gen Ed Stat students that I had from about 10 years ago. And that one is asking questions about students who have a job. So basically, it's asking the students, how many hours per week do you work in a job that pays money? And we don't just want to know how many hours an average student works. We're going to separate into groups. So we have two groups. So we asked them, did you do sports in high school? Yes or no? And we also asked male versus female. I think those are both on the data. So we're going to sort of split into two groups and compare, the males, how many hours do they work versus the females? Is there a difference? And the ones who did sports in high school versus the ones who didn't, is there a difference in how many hours they work in a job? Okay, so compare hours working in a paid job between male versus female and high school sports, yes versus no. Okay, I think that's the different ways that we can split the groups up. Let's flip over to Minitab and upload the file into Minitab and see if that's what we have. So I have my to mean job, comma separated value file that I had already downloaded and had ready to go. So that should be available on the same website where you downloaded my notes and YouTube links for these videos. So let's open that up. And it looks like we do have their male versus female answers and their sports and high school answers, and then the hours per week worked in a job answers. So let's open that up, and we're going to have to fix this data. So I don't think we're going to be able to do this entire example in one video because it's going to take some time to fix the data. So in the first column, it was supposed to be lowercase a for male and lowercase b for female. So we have to change the data. So this male should be a lowercase a. This uppercase a should be a lowercase a. This lowercase b should be a female. Uppercase b should be a lowercase b. So female is b, male is a, b/female, that should be a b. Female is a b, female b, female b, female b. Male is a, female b, male a. Uppercase b is a lowercase b, uppercase a. I'm going kind of fast through this first column. Hopefully I'm not missing any. But I can double check if I miss some. So I can run the counts for these columns. So I'm going to hit graph. And then, stat tables. Okay, so under stat tables, this is where we went for our categorical data, like the male versus female column and the sports yes or no column is. And I think before I did descriptive statistics, but in my notes, I noticed that in the previous year, I did tally individual variables. So I think this just counts up how many A's and B's there are. So I'm going to do that, tally individual variables, and we'll do that for both of the multiple choice questions and just the counts. So in the male versus female, there's sort of no weird answers left. There's no capital A's or capital B's, males or females. I guess I got them all and fixed them all. But I haven't fixed the sports in high school column yet. So there's a bunch of capital A's, capital B's, and yeses and nos that I have to fix in that second column. So in the sports column, A is yes and B is no, and they should all be lowercase. So we'll go through and fix those and no parentheses. Okay, uppercase A no is a B. No is a B. There's an uppercase B here. There's an N. Those are easy to miss. I probably will miss some of them. B, a Y is an A. Okay, so I'm going to redo the count to see if I missed any. I missed 2 capital B's and 2 lowercase n's. So there's the 2 capital B's, lowercase b, lowercase b. So I have to find the n's. There's an N. Where is my second N that I'm missing? There's the second N that I was missing. All right. And then we should also check this column to see if these are all numbers. This should be numbers of hours in a week. 84, that's 12 times 7 is 84. So they're working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. It's possible, I guess. Maybe we should leave that in there, but it seems kind of like a crazy number. I want to take out numbers that, fix stuff where people entered something that's not a number, and there's a number which is like completely impossible. We're going to erase that. So a few 40-hour weeks, that's more reasonable, although tough to run a job that way. This person that didn't give an answer, they're probably just going to be left out of the computation because we can't compare them. 40 is okay for a reasonable number. Okay, most of the, is 40,000. I don't know how that got in there. Excel probably converted something weird to the number 40,000. So I'm just going to delete them. I'm not going to change it to a 0 because I don't know what they meant to write. So I just deleted it, and this little star means that person's excluded from the data. So that 40,000 we had to get rid of, since that's certainly impossible. This 84 is a little hard to believe, but it's not impossible, so I guess we'll leave it in there. They'll just be an outlier. Okay, so we fixed the data. We're going to run the test, but I don't want this video to run long, so we'll do that in a 4th video.